So, good evening, everyone. So, uh, this is the thing that I always say. Usually, because this is a class like this, then it's okay. Otherwise, what happens is that references is usually comes at the end, near the lunch session or the near the last topic, and by the time everyone is saturated with all the knowledge that they have got, and they will now. This is what happens to reference always, in the sense that when you write a protocol or when you write a thesis or whatever you do, when you write for a journal, you do all the work and everything, and at the end of the session, you will forget or you will make a mess out of your reference, and that is equally important, very important for a journal or article publishing. Very important for everything. Reference is very important. Okay, so it's not because I'm taking the topic, the reference is important. Okay, so we'll go through that. So what is referencing? This is a short topic, so please listen to me. Don't go for lunch, don't take a lunch break. So referencing means whatever articles or whatever journals that you have researched or whatever you have read throughout your protocol or throughout your thesis work, everything, and then whatever you are writing it in your article or your thesis, whatever it is, you're acknowledging that yes, I have taken the idea from some other person. It also means that you have done an extensive research on that particular topic that you are doing the project on or doing the article on. You have done immense research, and I have read almost all the important articles, and I am acknowledging that I am taking that data or idea or whatever, not the important data but the general data, I've taken it from that article. So you are acknowledging somebody else's work. That is referencing. Okay, very important. So after the referencing, you will give a reference number and you'll put it into your article, 1, 2, 3, like that. So when you put it that is a citation. That is not a citation, and the end it is not as reference. So how do you give the acknowledgement? You can give it the, how do you refer, what are things that you refer? It can be in the form of a direct quote or a summary or paraphrase. Quotations we very rarely do, actually. Quotation means it should be in the quotation. So very short quotes, you can put it in that quotes. The quotes in the beginning and quotes in the end. That you can do, but very rarely we would do quotations. Okay, very rarely. So suppose you are doing a quotation, then you can give the acknowledgement like this, according to Brown. You can give it in that sentence itself, and then you give a reference number also. Not this style. Style differs in each section. So, but the thing is that when you're quoting from an article and you're putting it in quotations, even if there is spelling mistake, grammatical mistake, punctuation mistake, you have to put it like that itself, because you're directly quoting. Okay, so that is very important. When you are putting, then you're directly quoting. You are taking that. Then you're putting quotation means you're taking that sentence directly. And in the article count, it does not count in the word count. So that is it. But very rarely we do quotations. We don't usually do quotations also. But sometimes in the case of definitions or something, we may have to quote. In that condition, if it is more than 4 lines of text, very large things, then you don't put quotations. Then you can put a semicolon and then you can write the sentence or things like that. So that is usually for a longer quotations. What we usually do is that when you are taking an article, we paraphrase or summarize it. That means we are taking the general idea from an article or a couple of articles or 3 or 4 articles, and you are summarizing it in your own words. Very important, underlining your own words. So you're starting with your own words, explaining the main ideas and reducing it. Less than 50% of whatever they have spoken, and you have different authors' view, and and also you should acknowledge everything. If you're taking 4 or 5 authors, you type 1, 2, 3, 4. This give reference like that. So you have acknowledging. So that is very important. And so what we usually do is we usually summarize or paraphrase the ideas of somebody else's, and you don't cut and paste. When you are usually, what you do is that when you cut and paste, you are using the exact sentences. Then if you are doing like that, you have to put a quote, but that is not good. Putting quotations in the entire article is not a good idea. So you have to summarize it and paraphrase it. So modify the sentences in your own languages. Okay, that is very important. So why do we need a reference? So you usually paraphrase or summarize it rather than quote it. So why do we need reference? As I told you that you have done an appropriate research, you're acknowledging others' work and acknowledging the research that I have done, acknowledging the ideas that I have taken from some other work. It will give recognition. Also, it will give, suppose your topic is on inflammatory bowel disease, so whatever it is, you are doing a topic on a particular thing, research on a particular topic, you will be taking only a small articles from 1 minute, okay? So sorry, sorry for that delay. So what I am going, so you are giving the reference in the end, and so you will be giving the articles or whatever researches that you have done. Those articles you are putting in the reference list. So you may be taking only a slight idea from that person, but the article is there. So anybody who is interested can go to that reference list and read the article written by other authors. We are giving information, work for more information, for more quality information. And why we are doing all this referencing, all this acknowledgement of work, why? To avoid plagiarism. I think Sudhiraj has already told about plagiarism. That is word-to-word copying is known as plagiarism. It is the unauthorized use of the language and thought of another author and the representation of them as one's own. So very, very, very important. Don't cut and paste. Summarize it in your own language. Why? Because we have plagiarism checkups. Now, very, very important. Suppose this is a journal that we had presented, that we are given for publishing this year, 2020, and you can see there is a plagiarism checker. So 3 plagiarism checker softwares have been applied. So like that, they will do. So very, very important that they at least less than 20% or 30% matching should be there. So very important when you're doing that. Okay. So what kind of, not every sentence that you are writing, you should give reference. Not every sentence, okay? Do not give reference to facts that are well known. Suppose I'm a microbiologist, so if I'm talking about my topic, it is Staphylococcus is a gram-positive organism. Everyone knows that. Don't give reference to that. But 2% of Staphylococcus aureus strains are found to be vancomycin resistant. That information may not be there. It may be different in different studies. And so you're quoting a particular study and saying that in South India, that is important. So that is 2%. So that you give reference, otherwise you don't give reference. Okay. So what should I give reference to? Only those articles or journals that you have read. Please don't give reference to the, suppose you an article that you have read and then there is some sentences here and there, don't from other articles, don't, only those articles that you have read, only please refer that. Okay, so the source of reference can be a book, a journal, a newspaper, a conference paper, an annual report, anything it can be, but even an unpublished thesis work of your colleague, you can give it as a reference, but never cite a reference which you have not read. Very, very important. Okay. And it can be, need not be, suppose your thesis, need not be that I have to give a 300 reference or 500 reference, nothing like that. My seniors have given it 250 reference, so no, depends upon the topic. Certain topics may not be that much well researched, so there may not be other articles available. So accordingly you do. Accordingly, don't, it doesn't depend upon the number of references. So now when you're giving the protocol, it may be already told very little number of references, 5 or 10, maximum 15, don't go more than that, and only restricted. So when you're giving references, you give reference to the the all over the world important references pertaining to that topic. In India, South India, Kerala, Thrissur if available, like that. So, and always don't miss out any previous important work by great authors or certain who are pioneers in that research, like that. Okay. So basic reference styling. We have lot of reference in styling like author and date, footnote, numbering, etc. So we mainly follow the numbering. The Kuhas follows mainly the numbering which links to the reference list, that is Vancouver style. Okay. So brief word of the other styling. This is the Harvard styling. You can see the author, the year and the date. This goes like that. We don't follow that. This is the footnote one. You can see the citations here and then a footnote coming in the underneath. So that also we can do. But this is not the one that we follow. There are different articles, different journals follow different styling. So mainly in India, whatever journals, mainly in medical science, we mainly follow Vancouver styling. So Vancouver styling is the numbering styling. So that each journal has their own style. Vancouver also, there may be some modifications in each journal. So when you go through the articles that that have been written in a publishing a journal by the other authors in the previous article, previous journal of this particular journal and previous issue of this particular journal, and then you study like that. Then you make note and then make the alternations, because very important. And whatever styling you are following, you should follow for the entire thesis or entire protocol. Please don't cut and paste. When you're taking it from different journals, even the Vancouver styling may be having a little difference, but make sure that it is same throughout the journal. Okay. Now, inside, when you are, what is Vancouver styling? When you are putting in the numbers inside that journal article, it is known as citations, the number 1, 2, 3, 4, like that you are writing. And at the end of this, you are giving what is 1, what is 2, what is 3, your detailed description. That is known as reference list that you are putting at the end. Okay. So this is, you can see, this is the citations, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I hope you can see that. And at the end, when you put it like this is referencing. Okay. Citations. So there may be several general rules like that. It is usually in the ascending order. We are putting numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers, and it is usually in the ascending order. Okay. Now suppose I am quoting a journal X and I'm putting it number 1. Okay. And I'm saying journal, another idea, I'm taking it and I'm putting it in the, not in the introduction. First, I have put it in the introduction. Now, same journal, another paragraph idea, I'm putting it in the review of literature. Then you don't give 2 to that, you give again 1 to that article. So, same journal, if you are quoting it again and again from that same journal, then it should be same number. That is very important. Usually, you are putting it 1, 2, 3 in the ascending order. That is also important. And then you can put this either in the superscript or in the bracket or in the square bracket like this. So this is a protocol that came to me some time back. And here you can see the person has made some mistakes. She starts with 10, then goes to 1, then goes to 2, then goes to 40. No. When you're putting it, first number is 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. It should be in ascending order. Very important. And this is what I told you. It can be either in the square bracket or in the curved bracket or in the superscript, whatever it is. But whatever it is, follow the same. If you're putting it in square bracket, in the entire article, please put it in the square bracket. If you're putting it in superscript, make it superscript in the entire article. It's very important. Okay. Now, in the case of, usually you'll put the reference at the end. So if you're putting it after in the full stop, put it after the full stop. Okay. If colon, then you put it before the colon or semicolon. You put the reference or citation just before that. Full stop, you put it after. And so a reference, putting it after the full stop. So that is also very, very important. Okay. Now, so when you are putting it like this, so that if the more references are there, then you can put comma like that. Suppose it's a continuous reference. I'm taking a matter from 3 or 4 journals and then putting 5, 6, 7, 8. So you don't have to write 5, 6, 7, 8, right? 5 to 8 or 6 to 8. It is understood that it is 6, 7, 8. Okay. So like that you can make. So this is how you do a reference. Okay. Now, I told you same journal, if you are quoting it again, same article from that journal, not same journal, same article from that journal, you are quoting it again and again, give the same reference number. But same author, different journals, you have to give, naturally you have to give 2 different reference numbers. There's no question about that. Different journals, different number, different articles, different number. Only if it's the same article, you give same reference number. Now, one another doubt that you always have is that I'm taking a reference. Suppose this is the data. 40% of the world population suffers from cardiovascular disease, something like that. I'm taking a data. So I have access. So a person X has taken this data from person Z. Person Z is the one who first published this article or this data, and person X has written another article about this, and he has quoted this person Z, and he has acknowledged that also. I've taken this, he has given a reference number for that person also. Now I am doing the same work on cardiovascular disease. But so I am also quoting this 40% of the world population is suffering from this disease. But I have only access to the second article. I don't have access to the first article. First article or the first author is the person who has actually written this, and the second person has only quoted from that first person. I am quoting the second person, but I know that it is a work of the first person, but I don't have access to the journal of the first person. It may be a it may be a costly journal. Some journals we have to buy or we have to subscribe. So I'm not subscribed, so I can't get the original article. I can get only the abstract. I can't get the entire thing. So what do I do? Then you access or you give reference to the second articles. So cite the author of the work you have read, and you have source. Okay, only that you give reference. You can't access the first person, so don't give reference. Only what article that you have access to, that is in your hand, that you have downloaded, only give reference to that. Very, very, very important. Okay. Now, so this is how you do a citation, and at the end of the thing, after giving all the citation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, at the end you will be having a reference list and you are giving details. So that is also in the numerical order 1, 2, 3 like that, and the reference list will appear at the end of the paper. Usually, when you are writing the journal article, you should not write the entire journal. You have to write it in abbreviated form. That is in the NLM catalog of the PubMed. It is available. And as I told you, be consistent with your reference styling across the document. Okay. Now, this is how you do a reference. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is how you give a reference. And then the NLM, you can see this International Anesthesia Research Society, the abbreviation is AAPRAC, like that. So it can differ. Okay. So here, everything there is a different abbreviation. Don't write the entire thing. You have to write the abbreviated form. That is also important. So now this Wangover styling. It is different. There is a particular pattern for journals, for books, for internet, for anything, for images, everything. So that is available in the net. So you just download the Wangover styling. You can download it, and then for each thing you just go through that. That is very important. Okay. So I'm just mentioning 2 or 3 things. That is the journals, etc. So journals, what you can write is, this is the order that you have to write in the print and the electronic journal, the hard copy and the soft copy if you have available. The surname followed by the initial of the article, that is available. It will be available. I'm just mentioning this, and then full stop. Then the title of the article, the journal name, the year, the issue, the volume, the issue, and the page number. This is the order that you have to follow. That is available. Just go through that and please make sure that you're putting it in that same order. Very, very important. Actually, for publishing and all, you will be doing great work on the inside of the thing, and referencing, if you make it mess out of it, they will send it back. So that is also important. Now, another thing that you do is that sometimes an article will be only one author will be there, sometimes 2 authors, sometimes 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So when some persons will write et al., you can't write it after 1 or 2 persons. Et al. You can write only after 6 authors. Only after 6 authors you can write et al. That is very important. Okay. So this is only after 6 authors. If there are more than 6 authors, after 6th name you can write et al. Okay. So this is a protocol that came to me for correction. You can see she has written after 3, it has written et al. So that is wrong. So then I sent back saying that please correct it. So then you have to do like that. And here there is a book also that is also wrong, that I will tell you. So now certain articles, there won't be any hard copy. There will be only an electronic journal. Electronic journal, same order that you have to write, but the thing is that you have to write internet in the square bracket, and also the date citation, the URL, and the DUI, URL web address. So what happens is that this will be like this. So you can see the author's name, the title in the sentence case title, that everything is in the sentence case only, then the journal's name, and then you have to write internet, because it's only available in the internet. There's no hard copy. Then the year of publication and cited. Why cited? Because this internet articles, they vanish after some time. So you have given this. So this is the 2011 March published article that you have accessed. So that article, when did you cite or when did you access, that you can write. So suppose I'm giving it for publication in 2020 and they are searching for this article and they can't find it. You can say that I cited it in 2013, February 19, 2013. and I saw this article. In 2020, it is not there, but it was there at that time. So that citation is very important because you don't have any hard copy available. So citation only in the case of electronic journal, only electronic journal is available. Then you have to write the date of citation. Very important. Then also the URL address. So that will be available in that article. You just cut and paste it there. So, and there's also digital object identifier. This will be available in the front of the article. You can see it here. That also, it is easy for other persons who are going through your article to search for that reference. Very easy. Just write this in the Google and that entire article will come. So that is easy for easy referencing. You are helping others to refer. So that is also important. Okay. Book, same thing. One important thing that I want to say about book is that in addition to what the author's name, the journal, the title, publication year, etc., in this you have to write the edition, the place of publication, publisher. Very important. So if this is a journal, if this is a book, you can write the author's name, book name, edition, the publisher, the place of publication, and the year. Place of publication, the publisher, and the year of publication, and then the page number. Suppose you are taking a chapter from a book. Okay, in that condition, suppose there are editors in the book. It's not a book written by a single author. There are a lot of editors. Then and in that you are taking only a chapter. So the chapter's author followed by the chapter's name, then the editor's name, then the name of the book, then the edition, place of publication, publisher, year. So this is very confusing, but it is very easy. It will be available in the Word format. When you're downloading it, then you just go through I have to search for the place of publication. So that place of publication, like that you have to pull. So usually when your article, you will be mainly loading the journal, electronic and print journals, and the books. That will be what you're mainly referring. So this is the order that you have to follow. Very important. This is the order. The rest you may or may not follow, the conference, the publications, or whatever from the conference things or whatever thing that this is the thing that you usually follow. Okay. So from the internet, again, internet you have to write the citation. Very important. Anything from the internet only. The date of citation is very, very important. Suppose you are taking an image from the web. I'm not going this. You can see that from the PDF. So image from the web. Image also you have to give citation. You have to give acknowledgement. You have to put it in the reference list. You are copying from an image. Otherwise, that is also a plagiarism. That can file case against you. So it is very important. Give reference. So always adopt a thinking, not cut and paste approach, but think before you do. So this is the question that you usually ask at the end of the class. If it was a live class, I could have asked, but I'll tell the answers. Just think whether you can answer this or not. Okay. The list of references in Vancouver style must be arranged. It is numerically. If you cite a piece of work more than once, then same citation number should be used. True, isn't it? Same article, if you're coming it again and again, true. Up to how many authors must you enter? 6 authors. Only after 6 you can write a tag. Then this is what is the correct order. This is a book. So as I told you, first should be author, title, then edition, place of publication, publisher, and the year. This is the correct order that you can go through. Okay. So this is the sites where you can download the Vancouver style. You can download it from there, and this everything, how to write each and everything will be available. So it's very difficult to by heart. You have to go through the previous article. Then you have to, once you have started doing that, then it becomes easy for you. But first time it is always difficult. So don't make mistakes. These mistakes you can always avoid. Okay. Now this is in the case of a journal or article, it is quite easy because 10 to 15, 20 maximum references. In a thesis, you have innumerable number of references. Then how do you manage this? Suppose I am writing it in 1, 2, 3, 4 and reference list. My guide change the order. These 3 pages of review of literature, you put it in the first, and these 3 pages in the middle, and like that, if they change the complete order, the referencing goes haywire. So that is very important. If there are so many softwares available. So this is just I wanted to mention you. There are so many softwares, Mendeley, Zotero, a lot of things are there. One thing I am familiar with is Mendeley. So Mendeley, this is free download. You can download it. And when you download it, I just wanted to show you in the Word. Suppose you are putting a reference like this, then you can insert citation. Go to the Mendeley, and in the Mendeley library, you can download the articles you want in the folder. Suppose I'm doing like this. Suppose I'm taking this. I'm going to cite this, and this automatically comes. Another article, I'm doing citation like this, going like this, and putting like this, and citing. what article? Then I want to know what the find reference and write the insert. It comes like this. Quite easy, isn't it? This is quite easy method. But if you change it also, it will immediately automatically change. You make this 1, 2, 2, 3 after citing in the mentally, it will automatically change the reference. So it needs some use to make coming. You have to get used to it. That is there. But once you get used to it, this becomes easy. Okay, so there are lots of other softwares available. So I just wanted you to know that. That's all. Okay. So there are videos also available, video tutorials available, how they are doing, free tutorials available. So you can go through that. So that also you can familiar. There is no way to get experience except through experience. Only after doing everything you can do. So what you can do is that you can have a general idea, then go through the process. Only then you will be able to do whatever you are going to do. But this is a good thing because once you do all the research, when you publish it and you get an article in with your name in the very good journal, it is a very good feeling. So once you get into that, it is quite a joyful experience. So unlike what you are going to do in a thesis where you have to do it, when you are do it for something else for your own purpose, then it becomes quite enjoyable experience. So I hope you had a refreshing or whatever say. So just go through this any mistakes. Okay, thank you.